Modern medicine often treats the human body like a complex engine. When a part breaks, the standard response is to go in and mechanically fix it or forcefully suppress the symptoms. In 1987, Dr. Bruce Kaplan worked within that model. He was 31 years old and 5 years into a successful dental career. That trust in the system ran deep. He grew up in a physician's household where conventional medical authority was the default. Then he received a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis, a chronic disease where the immune system targets the body's own nerves. The only tool his doctors offered was a heavy dose of corticosteroids. They didn't fix the problem. Instead, they left him dealing with minor hallucinations. The mechanical model had reached its limit. Facing a lifelong illness with zero conventional options forces a patient to step outside the standard framework and rethink how disease actually works. The search for answers leads back to one of the oldest ideas in medicine. Hippocrates argued that the human body possesses a natural, default capacity to restore its own health. In 1895, D.D. Palmer built the chiropractic profession on a similar concept he called innate intelligence. He argued that illness occurs when something physically or chemically interferes with the body's ability to coordinate itself. Compare these two perspectives. On the left, the body as a static machine with a broken part. On the right, a flowing data network. When a blockage in the network is cleared, the system instantly self-corrects. Healing isn't forcing a result, it's removing the obstacle. This changes the doctor's role. They stop acting like a mechanic overriding a broken machine and start acting like a technician debugging an interference. For an autoimmune disease like MS, the goal shifts. You stop trying to suppress the immune system and start hunting for whatever is confusing the communication network. A specific discipline called NeuroModulation Technique, or NMT, takes this logic to its conclusion. It treats chronic illness as a software error, informational confusion within the autonomic nervous system. Conventionally, the immune system in MS is seen as broken, blindly attacking the nerve's myelin sheath. But revealing hidden elements near the nerve changes things. NMT suggests the immune system functions correctly, targeting genuine threats like mercury or viruses, catching myelin in the crossfire. Over time, accumulated chemical or viral burdens misprogram the immune system's sensors. The body is acting on corrupted data. Stripping away that interference effectively recalibrates the nervous system's targeting protocols, returning the environment to its default state. If the immune system is misprogrammed rather than defective, the priority shifts from fighting the immune response to debugging those underlying data errors. The challenge is identifying these software errors when standard medical imaging is looking strictly for hardware problems. This is where muscle response testing, or MRT, comes in. Rather than a test of physical strength, it acts as a direct query, a diagnostic ping, sent to the autonomic control system that regulates our internal functions. Consider an anomaly in Kaplan's lab work. This dashboard shows elevated creatinine and BUN, which traditional doctors interpreted as kidney disease. But MRT directly queried his nervous system, linking those markers to a high-protein diet. The organs weren't diseased, simply working overtime. A subsequent highly sensitive lab test proved the MRT query was correct. There was zero actual damage to his kidneys. Here, communicating with the nervous system provided the context to read lab results accurately, identifying a lifestyle factor rather than an organ failure. 45 years after his diagnosis, Dr. Kaplan still relies on this philosophy, designing his daily life around identifying and removing interference. He is careful not to claim a total cure. 4 decades of MS has caused permanent neurological damage, and no protocol will reverse every trace of that history. Yet he continues to use these tools daily, clearing away new layers of structural, emotional, and chemical stress before they disrupt his system further. When the medical establishment offered him steroids and uncertainty in 1987, the odds were stacked against him. Decades later, he is still standing. The goal of healthcare isn't to force a body into submission. It is systematically removing the obstacles, stepping back, and trusting the body's innate intelligence to do what it was designed to do.